You are not actually afraid of making the wrong decision. You're afraid of making the right one. Because the right decision changes things. It closes doors. It moves you into a version of your life where you can no longer say you're still figuring it out. You are the person people call when something needs deciding. And not because you are available, because you're good at it. You look at a complicated situation, competing priorities, unclear information, people with feelings about the outcome, and you cut through it. You tell them what needs to happen. Crisp, clear, no spiral, and then you go home. And you cannot decide whether to have the conversation you have been putting off for months now. The capability is not missing. You just proved it. It just stops working the moment the decision is about your own life. And I think you've been telling yourself that's just how it is, that personal decisions are different, that it makes sense to be more careful when it's your own life on the line. But I want to offer you a different explanation on this, because I don't think this is about being careful. And I don't think it's going to sort itself out on its own. Stay with me. Let me describe what this actually looks like. Day to day. There is a decision sitting in your life right now. You know what it is. You don't need me to name it. You already know. And you have been circling it for longer than you want to admit. Not because you lack information. You have plenty of information. You have probably thought about it from every possible angle, researched it quietly, asked oblique questions of people you trust, and arrived at the same place every single time. You already know what you need to do. And you are not doing it. Or this version, someone asked you what you want, not what you think, not what makes sense, what you want. And you notice something strange happen. The question lands and you genuinely don't know how to answer it. Not because what you want isn't there, but because you have spent so long making decisions based on what works for everyone else that your own wants have become, hard to locate. Or this one, you make a decision, finally, and immediately you start second-guessing yourself. Not because new information arrived, no, just because the decision was about you. And decisions about you feel unsafe in a way that decisions about everything else don't. Here is what I want to name directly. This is not indecision. Indecision is not knowing what to choose. What you have is different. You have probably known for a while. What you don't have is the ability to trust that knowing when it's pointing towards your own life. This is a specific block and it has a specific cause. What would it feel like to make a decision about your own life with the same ease you make decisions about everything else? Not recklessly, of course, and not without thought, but just the same clarity, the same trust in your own read of the situation, the same ability to look at what's in front of you and say, this is what needs to be done, or this is what needs to happen, and then you move. Because here is what that unlocks. Not just the decision itself, the energy you get back from not carrying it anymore, because a decision you haven't made doesn't disappear. It sits, it takes up space, it runs in the background of every other thing you are doing. It's a low hum of unresolved that never quite goes quiet. And that's costing you more than making the decision, more than the decision ever would. The version of you on the other side of this decision that you're not making is not in some distant future. She is one choice away, and the only thing standing between you and her is the belief, the quiet, deep, untested belief that your own knowing can be trusted when it's pointing towards yourself. It can, when we're going to talk about it. Why you stopped believing that trusting yourself was okay. Here's the difference between the decisions you make easily and the ones you can't make at all. The decisions you make easily at work, for other people, in a crisis, have something in common. If you get them wrong, the consequences land on the situation, on the project, on the outcome. The decision you can't make are different if you get those wrong. The consequences land on you, on your life, on your relationships, on who you are and what you've chosen, and whether that was worth it. And somewhere, probably a long time ago, you learned that being wrong about your own life was more dangerous than being wrong about anything else. And maybe because when you made choices for yourself in the past, they weren't received well. You were too much or not enough, or your needs were inconvenient, or the people around you, they needed you to choose differently. And you learned quietly, without it ever being said directly, that your own judgment about your own life was not entirely trustworthy. Or maybe it came from being the capable one for so long. When you are the person everyone relies on, the stakes are getting something wrong. Those stakes feel higher. And you cannot afford to make a bad call about your own life, because you are the one holding everything together. So you wait. You gather more information. You think about it a little longer. And the decision that needed to be made 6 months ago, let's say, is still sitting there unmade. Or maybe this is the one I want you to sit with. You are not actually afraid of making the wrong decision. You're afraid of making the right one, because the right decision changes things. It closes doors. It moves you into a version of your life where you can no longer say you're still figuring it out, where you have to become someone you haven't fully met yet. And that person, the one on the other side of the right decision, is someone you want to be. But waiting for her requires admitting that who you are right now is not quite enough anymore. And that is a harder thing to sit with than indecision. Here is what I want you to understand about the block. Decisiveness is a skill, and decision making are, say, self-trust are not the same thing. You have the skill. You have always had the skill. You can access a situation, weigh options, identify the best path forward. That capability is fully intact. What you have been missing is the self-trust part, to apply that skill to your own life, to look at what you know about your own situation, your own needs, your own knowing, your own honest read of what is and isn't working, and trust it the way you trust your professional judgment, the way you trust your instincts when someone else needs you to decide. And the reason that self-trust eroded is not because you are bad at knowing yourself. It is because at some point, trusting yourself came with a cost, and you learned reasonably, logically, given the evidence that you had, to outsource the decision, to wait for a consensus, to make sure enough people agreed before you moved. That was protection, and it served you once, but you are not in that situation anymore. And the habit of waiting for permission to trust your own knowing, that habit isn't what's running the show now. Not your actual capability and not your actual judgment, just the habit. And habits can be interrupted. Here is what I want you to try with the decision that is currently sitting in your life. Write down what you already know, not what you think you should do, not what makes logical sense, not what other people have told you, what you already know. The thing you have arrived at every single time you have thought about this. Honestly, write it down. One sentence. This is what I know. And then write down what you are afraid will happen if you trust that knowing, not what might go wrong with the decision itself. What you are afraid of about trusting yourself to make it, because those are two different things. And most women who are stuck in this particular place have conflated themselves. The fear of the decision and the fear of trusting themselves have become the same thing, and they are not the same thing. Separate them, put them on the page, look at them as two distinct questions. And then, this is the important part, notice which one is actually driving the delay. 9 times out of 10, it is not the decision itself, it is the self-trust. It is the quiet, trained, deeply embedded belief that when it comes to your own life, your own knowing, it might not be reliable. It is reliable. You have just been talked out of believing that you're reliable by circumstances, by people, by years of being the one who holds it together for everyone else. Your knowing about your own life is at least as trustworthy as your knowing about everything else. Probably more, because you have more information about your own life than you have about anything else. Trust it. Not perfectly, not all at once, but start there with what you already know. If the decision that's been sitting in your life showed up while you were watching this, if you recognize a specific exhaustion of knowing and not moving, I want you to stay close. The short video that goes with this one is linked below. It's under a minute, and it names this from a different angle. And if you are ready to actually make the decision, or ready to understand why you haven't come and talked to me, that is exactly the work I do. The link is in the description. I'm Lee, and I'll see you in the next one.